This is Junior Roberts from realjuniorroberts.com. In this video, we'll be looking at work. So we'll be finding out what exactly is work. We'll be determining the SI unit of work, and we'll be seeing how work is calculated. So let's get started. So what is work? In everyday language, in everyday typical conversation, we think of work to be anything that people do. But in science, work is defined quite differently. So the question to ask ourselves is, what is work? Work is when a force causes an object to move in the direction of the force. It is a scalar quantity and has units kilogram meter squared per second squared or joule. Now 1 joule of work is when a force of 1 Newton causes an object to move a distance of 1 meter in the direction of the force. So how is work calculated? The work done on any object can be calculated using the formula where we say that work done is equal to the force applied multiplied by the distance moved in the direction of the force. Or we can simply represent it mathematically as W equals F times S, where W is the work done, F is the force, and S is the distance moved in the direction of the force. Now, we know that work is measured in joules when the force is in newtons and the distance is in meters. So therefore, whenever we are given a question in which the units are not of these units, joules, newtons, and meters, we need to convert the units in their appropriate form in order to accurately make our calculations. Now here are some practice questions on work. So what is the work done when a force of 4 newtons causes an object to move a distance of 3 meters in the direction of the force? Calculate the work done against gravity by a person of mass 80 kilograms in walking up a flight of 12 steps, each of which is 200 millimeters high. What is the work done when a force of 4 newtons causes an object to move a distance of 3 meters in the direction of the force? So our expression for work says that work is equal to force times distance. So the question says the force is 4 newtons and the distance is 3 meters. So we can write then that 4 newtons multiplied by 3 meters. And putting this in our calculator, we get an answer of 12 joules. So question 2 says, calculate the work done against gravity by a person of mass 80 kilograms in walking up a flight of 12 steps, each of which is 200 millimeters high. So let's say this is our flight of steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, and this is our person. So this is our person who have climbed these steps, and each step is 200 millimeters high. So what can we say about this person? We know that this person has mass 80 kilograms, and the person moved against the force of gravity, which is the downward force here, and we know that gravity is equal to 10 newtons per kilogram. So we have a mass moving through or against gravity, and the distance covered is 12. Distance covered is 12 multiplied by 200 millimeters, which works out to be 2,400 millimeters, and we can convert the millimeters to meters by dividing by 1,000, and that works out to be 2.4 meters. So the person moved a distance of 2.4 meters. Now we know the person has mass and the person moved against gravity. So since the person has mass and they're under the influence of gravity, it is true then that the person would have weight, and we can say that weight is equal to mass times gravity. So, and we know that weight is a force, so we expect to get a value in units of newtons. So the mass is 80 kilograms and the force of gravity is 10 newtons per kilogram That works out to be 800 newtons. So to find the work, then we simply write that work is equal, just to differentiate weight from work is equal to force times distance. So the force is 800 newtons, which was the 800 newtons that caused the person to move here. So we have 800 newtons multiplied by 2.4 meters, which is the entire distance of the flight of steps in meters. So 800 multiplied by 2.4, and that works out to be 1,920 joules. You can find more great physics tutorials like these over on my website at realginaroberts.com.